Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, Didi.
Happy Dhanteras to all.
To you, Didi.
And wish you
Good
the same.
evening.
Happy Dhanteras to all.
Happy Dhanteras. Yes, to everybody.
Yes, yes. May all of our life be filled with Maa Lakshmi's blessings. So, on this day, the start of Diwali, I thought of sharing something about Maa Lakshmi and how we can keep Maa Lakshmi with us forever. Okay, so before sharing that, does everybody know the story of Samudra Manthan? I think most of you know, ना? थोड़ा बहुत तो सबको थोड़ा
Yeah,
बहुत पता
yeah,
है.
kind of, yeah.
Kind of, right? Yeah, yeah. So the story, starts with I will share so that you know a little bit of more details about that, and you know how much Vishnu plays an important role in that, that story. So, Indra is always a, frivolous kind of a guy, and,
Mm.
he will do all the wrong things, and others have to come to settle that.
Like Donald Trump. Mm.
He will play around with his ladies, and he will ungli karna, poking,
Ah,
and he will do all these things, and all the other big gods have to come. I cannot stop
and do the
myself from.
troubleshooting. Yeah.
Yeah, true. You're correct, Rebecca Di. Okay. So this is again he did. So when Durbasha Mani came to this darbar, he ignored Durbasha and he was busy with the women of the house, watching their dance. And Durbasha got angry and he, he left and he cursed that, the Devloka will lose all its power. Okay, and so did that happen, and it lost all its power, and it became very weak. And when it became very weak, the devil, the loka, the what is that called, rakshasas, they started dominating
Asuras.
the asuras.
Asuras.
And rakshasas, they started dominating the devloka. Okay, and these gods, they went to Vishnu, and they asked for his suggestion and help. What should they do? And Vishnu, he suggested that, do a Samudra Manthan, and because even they took all the good things from them, all the, Vahans and all the powers. They had many magical, all these things with them. Some elephants, magical elephants, horses, all were taken by the Asuras. But the Asuras could not, because they were not very pure, they also could not keep it with them, and it fell in the sea. Hmm? And but like, the gods didn't have the power. Jo bhi ho, finally they didn't have any power. They lost most of the power. So like Vishnu, he suggested that, go for a Samudra Manthan. Okay, Manthan means do the churning so that all the things come out. And they tried to do it and they failed because they were weak and they couldn't do it. Again, they went to Vishnu, and Vishnu again suggested that, okay, take the help of the Asuras to do the Manthan. And then they finally started doing the Manthan. And how will they do? Vishnu suggested that you should do the Manthan with the help of the Mandar Parvat. The Mandar Parvat should be used as the stone to churn the sea. And there was a snake called Vasuki, which will become the rope to churn. Okay, and again they took the help of the Asuras, and finally all the good things started. Some 13 or 14 items started coming up. First the halahal came out, the wish came out. Okay, and Vishnu could have taken the wish, but he had many things to, he was already too much in service. He had to serve a lot of things even in future during this process. So he suggested that and also, like Lord Shiva, had the power to remain, that Amar still, even after drinking the poison. So that's when Lord Shiva drank the poison. And see these big, the Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar. These are very selfless people. You will see Lord Shiva, without thinking, even once, he drank the poison to make sure that nobody else gets affected. Hmm? He couldn't even drink it because then it will go into the tummy, so he kept it in his throat. Then what happened is that what where the gifts were this Amrit, when it came out, Lord Vishnu had to become the Lord who will pick up the Amrit. He took the form of Dhanvantri, the Lord Dhanvantri, to take the Amrit out, hmm? And to give it to these asuras, or the gods, whoever is capable of taking it. Vishnu again became, took the avatar, or he actually disguised himself as Mohini, because hi Abhilasha. So he disguised himself as Mohini because again, these asuras, they have this tendency of getting mesmerized by beautiful ladies, and so he took the form of Mohini to misguide them so that the gods can get the Amrit. So Vishnu played a very, very important role. Not just that, even that Parvat, what is that Parvat called? Mandar Parvat. It was actually, when they started doing the churning, the Parvat was not steady. It was drowning and going in. So, it was about to fall, and their endeavor would have failed. Okay. Vishnu, then what he became, he took the form of this kurma, the form of a tortoise, and on his back he held that Parvat, and that's when they could churn. So in the process, 18 things came out, like Kamdhenu guy, some Ghora, some elephants, all those magical things, Kastava money, Kalpavriksha, Parijat, many things, okay? Out of that, the most desired item came out. What is the most desired item that we all look for?
Lakshmi?
Yes, Lakshmi came out. And the gods and asuras, both of them were like, they wanted to woo her and they wanted to take her. Yeah, and they were making a lot of attempts in getting her. But finally, Lakshmi chose Vishnu. Why did she choose Vishnu?
Because she's loving him and
Why?
she's mean to Vishnu.
Yeah, but why does she love Vishnu?
Because Vishnu God was helping others by sacrificing his own selfish desires.
Bang on. Bang on. Okay. So she chose Vishnu because he was the only person who was extremely selfless in the process. Others were all craving for something or the other. He got a lot of things in the process. ऐसा नहीं कि विष्णु को कुछ नहीं मिला, विष्णु को तो बहुत कुछ मिल गया, लेकिन उसने कभी मांगा नहीं. वो सिर्फ, he was only in the process of service. Okay, and finally he got the greatest possession, that is Mata Lakshmi. Okay, in the same way, friends, in our lives, if we want to have Lakshmi steady, Lakshmi is Chanchala, okay? She's another name of Lakshmi is Chanchala. Yeah, I hope you all know. She doesn't like to stay in one place. She wants to flow. She wants to keep moving. Okay? The only way to keep Lakshmi with us is to become a very selfless person. Okay, when we start becoming selfless, not at the cost of it's like to having that balance, but at the same time making sure we become to a great extent selfless, do a lot of service, serve others, in and when we do that, naturally, we don't have to do anything. In some way or the other, the Lakshmi will always stay. हमें हमेशा लगता है कभी कभी कि हमको करना है, that we, हम last time भी बोल रहे कि हमको करना है. कभी कभी नहीं नहीं करना पड़ता है, खुद ब खुद आ सकता है अगर हम इतने सेल्फलेस है. There are so many, there are some there are big masters. Okay, they serve, and only they have this big organization, ashrams, and they are serving. I know quite a bit of them. जो सर्व ही किए जा रहे हैं लाइफ में, वो खुद अपना जॉब भी छोड़ दिए. Okay, and they have left everything, their highly paid jobs and everything, and they have got completely into the field of service, in the field of spirituality and seva. And these people are now showered with billionaires are coming in and helping them, and trying to support them, and asking them, how can I help you, tell me, how can I contribute. Okay, this is what happens when somebody becomes a Vishnu, and finally the prized possession in this that he finds his lady luck, the the love of his life. Okay, so now I will also touch in a few other areas, how again I'm going to speak from this book to understand here how they talk about seva. Okay, so even in Gita, they talk about dharma rakshati rakshita. So when we take care of the dharma takes care of us. Okay. Even last time I again spoke about this Kriyananda's book, right? He mentions that always make sure that whatever service you're giving in your business or anything, instead of thinking of what in return you're getting, make sure you give your 100% to that service. कि उस आदमी को, मेरे client को क्या चाहिए, thinking of the client as a divine god or goddess, and serving that person as if that person is a divine being. Okay, and here again it talks about this part where there are two major reasons why all successful people must practice this law. What is this law? This law is the law of service. So, and this is also called the law of increasing returns. हम हम जितना भी देते हैं ना, double triple times हमारे पास आता है. This also, we can also relate to it from the law of karma. Whenever we give, you will see, हमें लगता है कि हमने दे दिया, इतना पैसा हमने किसी को दे दिया है, या फिर मैंने जरूरत से ज्यादा मैंने अपने जॉब में ज्यादा टाइम दे दिया है, लेकिन हमेशा देखना कहीं ना कहीं से आपको आता है. You will always be protected, you will always be taken care of. Okay, just as an arm or a limb of the body grows strong in exact proportion to its use, so does the mind grow strong through use. By now it is talking about, now this author is talking about giving more than what you get. हम last time हमने क्या बोला था, this law is a stumbling block, and many a promising career has been broken on it. There is a general inclination among people to perform just as little work as they can get by with. Okay, but if you will study these people carefully, you will observe that while they may be actually getting by temporarily, they are also not getting anything else. जितना काम हम अपने ऑफिस प्लेस में या फिर बिजनेस में कहीं पे भी हमको लगता है कि जितना काम हो सके उसको करके निकल जाए. Okay, I'm not talking about now you are becoming spiritual, so now you will understand the importance of seva. Now you will understand the importance of giving more than what you get as a salary. Always make a point of giving more than what you get as a salary. Okay, because then it will, even that work will, जहाँ पे आप काम कर रहे हो, that will also work, it will be a place of seva. You're not just working there to get money. You are एक्स्ट्रा दे रहे हो, मीन्स एक्स्ट्रा मीन्स आप सेवा में लगा रहे हो, ये कर्मा आपके पास वापस आएगा ही आएगा. Okay, so and that's what it says. And by rendering more service than that for which you are paid, you will be turning the spotlight of favorable attention upon yourself, and it will not be long before you will be sought after with impressive offers for your service. Okay, have you seen that people who are very sincere in a workplace, जो लोग चालाकी नहीं करते हैं, बदमाशी नहीं करते हैं, अपने कोवर्कर्स को सपोर्ट करते हैं, अगर वो कोवर्कर बोल रही है कि क्या तुम मुझे कवर अप कर पाओगी, मैं ये नहीं कर पाऊंगी, और वो सिर्फ अपना सेल्फिश नहीं सोच के वो सोचती है कि नहीं ठीक है, उसको अभी प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, लेट मी हेल्प हर, she will always be helped in her dire circumstances. You will see a person who is very sincere, deeply honest about really doing seva, not at the cost of her own, ऐसा नहीं कि मेरा मैं मर जा रही हूँ फिर भी किए जा रही हूँ, then that's another extreme. I'm not talking about that, but always making sure that the heart should be of the heart of seva, even if it is workplace, even if it is workplace. Okay. And this is the call this is called, this is one of the laws of success, which is the law of increasing return. By rendering more service and better service than that for which you are paid, you thereby take advantage of the law of increasing returns. This means that you will eventually be paid in one way or the other for far more services than you actually perform. Friends, if you see in my life, I might be doing a lot of these satsangs. Okay, that though, I don't even count as I'm giving. It is like we all are supporting each other. Even in there are many areas where I just give. I don't think. Somebody calls me, and that person calls me. There are many, my old driver who was driving helped me during my pregnancy and all this thing. They call. Even in Denmark, I was called कि madam मुझे accident हो गया, and he knew that he could count on me. After so many years, I think maybe 10 years, he calls me and he says, madam mera accident ho gaya, and he knows that that in one call I will send him the money. Okay. And because I have done that, I have always मेरे मुझे कभी ऐसा नहीं होगा मेरा इतना बड़ा मेरे लाइफ में प्रॉब्लम्स आए और कोई सपोर्ट नहीं मिला, कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ है, by the grace of God, because I've always made sure that I will give, whenever I have an opportunity to give, I will give, even in terms of like even in my sessions and therapies, I never say this is my amount. I can say, I will surely say for clients who are rich, then again I'm not helping myself. Okay. And I'm also not helping them to learn, they're learning that they should give, they should learn to give. But when there are there are people, my friends, or there are people who really cannot afford, I never think about what is the amount I'm going to get. I'm not going to support you because I'm not going to get the money. And that's why I am I'm so grateful. And that's this what I'm sharing is not sharing from book, it is from my personal life, the kind of support you will get when you really make seva as your prime practice of life. Okay. You will observe that it's not easy to find very many people rendering such service, which is all the better. Again, there is a question which is they're saying कि कभी कभी ऐसा भी तो होता है कि कि like बहुत selfish है, the employer is very selfish, बहुत he behaves very badly, he doesn't give a good working environment, doesn't pay well, and all these things. The employer might be selfish. Then should you still do seva in that workplace? Should you still have the mindset of seva? And the answer is that there you should even have more, the mindset should be even the mindset should be like कि यहाँ पे तो मुझे और देना ही है, और कोई उपाय नहीं है, there is no other option. Because only when I do more, the client will either understand that I have to keep this person because this person is doing more than others, or even if that client doesn't understand, your intention will be understood by those who will be watching you some way or the other, the kind of work you are giving in that organization. These clients, these employers, they also have a lot of friends. There are a lot of interactions. There are a lot of other other employers who join hands with them. They will come to support you. So this is how you will develop, no matter what that employer is. Then again, and he who serves most shall be greatest of all. If you want to make more money, instead of seeking it for yourself, see how you can make for others. Okay, this is another very important point. Okay, when you are trying to make money, okay, try to, if you will see that when you're trying to make money just for yourself, see the growth. And when you are trying to make money for others, you will see a huge difference in the outcome. Okay. I will give you an example of Ganesh and Dr. Preeti. Okay. during COVID, they shared an experience. They are Dr. Newton is one of my mentors, and they are also disciples of Dr. Newton, and Dr. Preeti also. She has really supported me some 4 5 years. Since 4 5 years, she is my therapist, because I cannot do my own therapies, right? So I reach out to her whenever I think I need one of my therapies. And once they were sharing an experience during COVID, that everybody were laying off their all these employees, right? Laying off their employees to save money and cut off expenses and everything. Ganesh and Dr. Preeti, they are husband and wife, and they're in some kind of business which is all over the world. They are the one person who really determined that not a single layoff should happen in their company. Not just that, they always, I was surprised, and I could learn so much from them, that Ganesh said that we had this aim that each of our employees should have their own home. Who thinks like that? you know and he said that जब हमने ऐसा determination रखा, before COVID, the kind of profit we had, and after we kept a determination, and we were so determined, not a single employee will be laid off. And again, their determination that everybody should be well off and they should have their own home. Their business grew multiple folds after that. सी व्हेन वी हैव अ थॉट प्रोसेस, हम लोग लास्ट टाइम हमने डिस्कस किया था कि हार्ड वर्क से ही पैसा आएगा, हार्ड वर्क से पैसा तो आएगा, वो तो आएगा, वो तो करना ही है, वो शनि गेट्स प्लीज्ड व्हेन वी वर्क हार्ड. बट दिस इज नॉट द ओनली फैक्टर. If we are selfish, this is not the only factor. When our mindset is about making sure that everybody gets included, then we really grow multiple folds very fast. Then again again here, this topic about in order to get, we must give. Careful analysis will show in every case that greatness in a man or woman requires service to others. The one who is working for greatness alone is the one who ordinarily never achieves it. So it relates to the same point. Ganesh or Dr. Preeti could have just worked for the goal. We have to save ourselves during COVID, and we should, we should not spend money, we should lay off. But what they did is, on the contrary, is that they started thinking about their employees. Okay. And that's when the goal automatically was achieved, and even higher than what they dreamt of. Then again, so now comes, when we are talking about seva, there also comes a part where we can talk about competition. Okay. So when we are, seva and competition are two very opposite things, they cannot come together. And what do you think? Should we go for is competition necessary in any kind of workplace or business? Someone has to share. Yes, no, or just type.
I don't think so. We need a competition, Didi. I think if we work as we are follow, I think we're gonna get our thing. If we, I mean, এটা যদি আমাদের কপালে লেখা থাকে, আমি যদি ওয়ার্ক হার্ড করি, মানে ভালোভাবে কাজ করি এবং অনেস্ট থাকি আমার কাজের প্রতি, আমি অটোমেটিক পাই যাবো। আমি কম্পিটিশন করলে বরং আরো চালাকি করার চেষ্টা করব, কাজে মন না দিয়ে কিভাবে ফাঁক ফোকর বার করার চেষ্টা করব, যেটা আমার মনে হয় না ফিউচারে যেটা একটা ভালো কিছু হবে, এটা আমার মনে হয়।
Yeah, I agree with her. Competition is not necessary.
Anybody else?
একটা জায়গায় কম্পিটিশন দরকার, যেটা হচ্ছে নিজের সাথে, যে নিজেকে ইমপ্রুভ করার কম্পিটিশন, কিভাবে কিভাবে সেলফ ডেভেলপ করা যায়, এটার কম্পিটিশন করা যায়। কিন্তু আদার্স এর সাথে করলে নিজেরই ক্ষতি হয় কোনো না কোনো ভাবে।
Hmm. Correct. Yes, Bhavani?
I think competition is necessary to an extent. But when it keeps becoming more like, a person is taking stress and anxiety, like it's a rat race that somebody is earning so much, I should also do that. I think that should not be there, but as long as it positively motivates you, it is good to have. So to a certain extent, it is good.
Mm. Yes, yes. Healthy competition is necessary. Okay. Sometimes it's like, with a friend, I say, oh, let me try. She also knows that, I'm competing because we are friends and we are saying, oh, let's do it together and see who wins. But not with that, negative motive and मुझे अगर मैं नहीं जीती तो मेरा ego hurt हो जाएगा and all these things. It's just that, to boost you a little bit. But on the other hand, Bhavani, we also have to be very careful कि वो कहाँ पे जाके कंपटीशन लैक मेंटेलिटी से स्टार्ट हो रहा है. ओके. मोस्टली
Yeah,
कंपटीशन
yeah,
हैपेंस फ्रॉम अ लैक मेंटेलिटी कि अगर उसको मिल गया तो मुझे नहीं मिलेगा. ओके. हम compete क्यों करते हैं, राइट? इवन क्लास में बच्चों को पेरेंट्स, इंडिया में पेरेंट्स बच्चों को कितना बोलते हैं कि तुमको फर्स्ट आना है, एज इफ वो फर्स्ट नहीं आएगा तो उसके जीवन में और कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. ओके.
Yeah, I think that is very crazy. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So that's when, so, and it comes from a, it comes from a lack mentality कि उसको मिल गया तो और किसी को नहीं मिलेगा, तो मुझे तो अभी उसके साथ compete करना ही है. Okay. And the in reality the whole universe is abundant. It's so abundant ke, there is one author was sharing that ke, we have no idea the kind of treasures these mountains in India, in all over the world have. you know like it will be unlimited kind of wealth which is still not discovered. Hmm? And they all belong to us. And the whole, and forget about the world, jab full Brahma is inside us, there is this, I don't know where I actually forget the names of the books, but I read somewhere in one of the books that Jupiter, this planet Jupiter, it rains, okay, like the way, the world here, we also have, the rain and the sun and the cloud, and Jupiter also has its own rain. But do you know what that rain is all about? Jupiter rains diamonds. So when the whole universe, we are Param Brahma, the whole universe is inside us, we are the source, then we have the unlimited supply of whatever we need for our life. It is our mindset, it is our belief which stops us. It is a belief which says कि I have to work hard, then only I will get money. और मेरा मेरा सैलरी इतना ही आता है तो मेरे पास इतना ही पैसा आएगा, उससे ज्यादा नहीं आ सकता इस मंथ. It is because I have believed it is coming that much. That's why belief is the hardest of the thing to, eliminate from our life. But once we are able to remove all the blocks and beliefs regarding money from our lives, friends, we can expect unlimited abundance from the universe. Okay. So try, and that's why competition, moment we are competing, we have got into a belief of lack. मेरे जीवन में नहीं है, मैं अगर जीतती नहीं हूँ या फिर मैं हार जाती हूँ तो गया काम से, नहीं मिलेगा, तो वो लैक मेंटालिटी से आ रहा है. दैट्स अ लैक बिलीफ and it will only create lack in our life. Okay. So this is all I have for today. Any question or any takeaway? Any takeaway? Today's class is not that big, but we still want to hear a takeaway. What is your understanding of how can you accumulate Lakshmi in your
Be
life?
selfless.
Yes. That is the mantra, friends. Many people, many people suggest कि आप तो, for me, I've got so much into spirituality that, for me, job is like, is to be with the divine, is to be with the job. But but some way or the other, the divine always takes care of me. And I'm not boasting of being selfless, but I'm giving you an example that when you are selfless, this is what can happen. You don't have to worry too much about working. And I'm working very hard. ऐसा नहीं कि something or the other is always happening. I'm counseling, I'm talking to, and I'm doing so many things. But yeah, it just comes. It just comes. And I'm sometimes myself surprised how it comes. Okay. Yes, Rebecca, you wanted to share something.
No, no. That's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, so your one is unmute. So today what we are going to do is that we there is this Yoganand. I'll also share some one thing, okay? That we I think few of us have done that when we energize our spine with one of the gurus or the gods. Some of us have done that, energizing the spine with gurus or gods, whoever is powerful. Okay, so Yogananda ji used to like the kriya that we do, the which last time we spoke about, like initiated like by Mahavtar Babaji, and then the lineage continues. And I've also taken an initiation of that, and there there is one technique they teach. The one of the techniques is that you have to energize the spine with the guru. Okay, like if you feel like you want to energize your spine with Mahavtar Babaji, when you are meditating, you breathe in and out. When you're breathing in, your energies are going up from the lower root chakra to the third eye. And when you're breathing out, your energies are going from the third eye to the root chakra. In, out, in, out. You will imagine that it is going through the spine. Okay, and when you're doing it, imagine your and that guru's, normally we are taught that your and that guru's spine is one. In that process, what happens is that we can also take in a lot of energy and power of that guru in us. The same, I think, now, when I read all these different books, I am more convinced about my first organization, SGI, where they say chant with the same heart and vow as Ikeda sensei. They used to say chant with the same heart and vow of Daisuke Ikeda. So we were trained ki pray karo as if your and sensei's heart is same, and you are chanting with the same heart and mind. Now I understand the reason. When we do that, we take in the power of that mentor. Because हमारा लाइफ कंडीशन बहुत फ्लक्चुएट करता है, हम स्टेडी नहीं रह पाते हैं, हमने अभी भी एनलाइटनमेंट अटेन नहीं किया है. तो हम जब भी अपने आप को एनर्जाइज करते हैं किसी गुरु से, वेरी पावरफुल एनलाइटन मास्टर से, वो गुरु का एनर्जी हमें सपोर्ट करता है स्टेडी रहने में, हमारे पाथ में. ओके, द सेम वी कैन डू इट फॉर माता लक्ष्मी. ओके, tonight we are doing it for Mata Lakshmi. We will energize our spine with Mata Lakshmi and Lord Vishnu. Okay, but there is one drawback, just to remind you, friends. So don't do it. Don't randomly find any god, goddess, or any guru and start doing it. I know that Mahavtar Babaji is very powerful. That's why I energize my spine with him, because there is this book, Seth Speaks. Seth books are like, they are like Bibles for spirituality. They are so powerful. The story I've shared, that Jane Roberts, these are two people who channelized Seth, and whatever he spoke, Seth was a person, an astral master, who channeled his his messages and his all these wisdom through Jane. And Roberts used to write, her husband used to write, and Jane used to channel Seth's information. And all the mentors, the big mentors, Dr. Newton, Pradeep sir, and all these people, they really suggest Seth books. They are so powerful and so correct to the point. And in Seth, they say that you should also be very careful about which god you are bringing into your energy, because there are some ग्राम देवतास, होता है ना, ग्राम में लोग जिसको देवता बनाते रहते हैं और उसको पूछते रहते हैं. उस देवता में शायद बहुत ड्रॉबैक्स भी है, बहुत साइड इफेक्ट्स भी, that the देवता might not be an enlightened person, might not be perfect person. And but we think that, oh my god, this god is amazing, let me bring in and start energizing my spine with that devata. Then you will also develop the negative qualities. So don't randomly choose gods and start doing it. Okay, that's a drawback. But we can surely do for Mata Lakshmi. We all know that she is an amazing like goddess. Okay, so today we are going to start meditation with the blessings of Mata Lakshmi. Are we all prepared to receive the blessings? Let me just Just stop the recording.